There are only a couple of events each year in the off-campus student housing industry that bring all of the industry leaders together. The National Multifamily Housing Council's annual Student Housing Conference is the longest-running conference for the industry. 2023 marks the 20th year for this conference and is being held October 17th through the 19th at the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the premier event for student housing professionals, bringing together leaders from all facets of the sector, including owners and operators, investors, lenders, and university partners. The conference features the industry's best and brightest minds all at one event, delivering the knowledge, tools, programs, and connections necessary for leaders to shape their future success and the future of our industry. So who are some of the folks attending this year's conference? Let's meet one of them right now. So Kathy, I hear you're going to Vegas.
I am.
Well, I'm excited about it.
Me too.
You've been to Vegas quite a lot this past year, as we've discussed, and I want to get a lot of your thoughts on that. But man, Opiniion is making a huge impact in student housing this year.
We are. And, we talk a lot about students and demographics. And if you think about students, they're kids, right? And so sending out surveys to get feedback doesn't work with them. It just doesn't. I mean, they're 19 years old. You think they're going to stop and answer 10 questions, so the engagement for surveys is really low. So just the very simplicity of our system, our platform, makes it super easy for them to give you really meaningful and actionable feedback. And then leveraging that feedback by getting the negative or the challenging feedback to you privately or to the operators privately, so you guys can handle it internally. But then the good stuff, which a lot of your residents are really happy. And I think that we forget that.
Yeah.
And so we want to make it really, really easy to redirect them online so they can give that positive review.
Yeah. No, I think that's exactly why this works so well with student housing. Plus, you guys are integrated with Entrata, so that certainly helps, because I think just about everybody's using Entrata. But really quick, for the audience members and that was actually a really good, really kind of good setup as to what you guys do. But for some of our audience members who have no idea what Opiniion is, you want to kind of give us that 60-second elevator pitch?
So Opiniion is a resident feedback platform. Okay.
That's a good way of describing it.
Yeah. And we're experts at gauging that, just like I said, getting meaningful, actionable feedback and then leveraging the feedback. So if somebody that's not had a great experience or hasn't had a positive experience, we want to get that to you privately, so you can handle it internally, whatever that looks like, before they get so upset that they feel like they have to go online. Yeah. And then those residents that have a positive experience, they had a great experience in their move-in, or your maintenance tech is just knocking it out of the park and they're doing a great job on the maintenance side. Let's make that, don't send them a link, just automatically send them online to leave you that review.
Yeah. Really quick, I want to talk a little bit, because this is all about, you guys going to Vegas, and I want to talk a little bit about, for any of our audience members who, maybe this is their first time going to Vegas, or like myself, it's been, first time in a while. You've been to several conferences this past year. You and I have had some conversations about that. So, from that standpoint, is there anything that you would suggest, that's going on in Vegas right now? Because I haven't been there since there was an NFL team. I mean,
we were talking about that earlier, that, they just are tearing down the Tropicana. The last time I was there, which was a few weeks ago, they were almost done, but they're building an MLB stadium because the Oakland A's are moving to Vegas. So they're going to have a stadium right in Vegas. It's not on the outskirts. It's right at the Strip. It's where the Tropicana used to be.
I'm kind of embarrassed, because I actually had no idea the Oakland A's were moving to Vegas. But
yeah, I think the Bay Area has too many teams, and they were finally, they moved the Raiders out there. They're moving the A's. You got the Knights that are there.
Yeah. Well, hey, so are there any shows you would suggest that folks take in any restaurants?
I am a huge Nobu fan because I love sushi. So to me,
Okay.
Nobu is the best. But as far as shows goes, you can never go wrong with Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah.
My very all-time favorite is Beatles Love, but I love Beatles music. So the Michael Jackson one is everything about these shows is spectacular. They're mesmerizing. The music is amazing. So there's not just if you don't want to do a Beatles or Michael Jackson theme, you can go to O or you can go to Mystere, and they
Yeah.
really are just mesmerizing. They're
Yeah.
just beautifully done, and the choreography and the athletes and that's what they are. They are athletes. They can contort their bodies that it's
Yeah.
amazing. I
Yeah.
sprained an ankle going down a step.
No, it is amazing. It is amazing seeing that. And you mentioned O. I think the first year O came out, that may have been the last time I was in Vegas. So,
That's a few
um,
years.
well, let's talk a little bit about the conference as well, because this isn't your first NMHC conference. It's not your first NMH student housing conference. And again, the series is to kind of help folks that this is their first time going. What are some of the things you would say about the conference to, hey, make sure that you take this in, or just things that you like about it?
Yeah, so one of the things that I think that NMHC does really well with this conference is that, and you probably heard this before, is they only have one session
Yeah,
at a time. So it gives the attendees focus think is a good
yeah,
word for it. So, in all the other conferences you go to, they'll have 6 different sessions, at one time. And it's like, okay, so how do I decide?
yeah,
But
yeah,
NMHC does their student housing conference. It is just one at a time. So you can say, so kind of the decision is made for you, which is great because then that means that the sessions are more focused
yeah.
as opposed to being just, here's a half hour session on this and a half an hour on session. And that works okay if you bring a lot of people.
To that point, I think it makes, because just about all of those sessions they end up having some type of Q&A. And when you've got a bigger room like that, I think the Q&A is, it's got, that's a good part of the content itself, because
Absolutely. And I think you meet more people.
oh yeah, I definitely, yeah, I can definitely admit to that, because I've gone to some other conferences, especially when they have the different tracks and sessions, and I never, there, a week later, we're saying to each other, "Well, hey, I was at so and so conference last week. Well, I was there too. I didn't even see you."
Right.
so, so completely get that. Well, hey, really quick, I know you guys have just come out with a couple of things as it relates to AI integration into the platform, but I want you to talk about that. If there's anything else that Opinion's coming out with, tell us about it.
So, one of the things that we are going to be focusing on at the NMHC Student Housing Conference is a tool, an AI tool called Assist AI. And, every conference I have been to this year, you hear two buzzwords, right? You hear AI and you hear centralization, right?
Yep.
Not even sure exactly what centralization means, such a really broad term, but so is AI. So assist AI in Opinion, it consists of two parts. The first is generate, to help you generate a response using AI to generate responses to your reviews. It's really great for companies that don't have a lot of bandwidth. You know, how many different ways can I say thank you? So
Yeah.
the AI actually will read the specific review and then come up with a custom response based on that review,
Yeah.
right? And so as an operator or a property manager, if I'm on site and somebody says, and this is part of my task, it's not going to take me, even just minutes to come
Yeah.
up with a response. I literally can click on that generate, hit reply, and it posts my response.
Yeah. No, that's going to be
And
fantastic.
it is, and so we're also taking out with AI, you take out the problems with bad grammar, you take out the, I mean, and you know what's really funny? The funny thing about bad grammar, and it's not because they have bad grammar, it's because if they're anything like me, I type so fast and my brain and my fingers do not
Yeah.
sometimes
I'm
talk.
the same
And
way.
so I literally will go and go, "How did I miss 3 words in that sentence?" You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So,
You get a response back from the resident and they're like, huh? And you're
yeah.
like, then you reread what you wrote and you're like, oh yeah, there's no way you understood what I said.
So that's, and the other thing is that misspellings and emotion. It also takes the emotion out, and it's very difficult to take emotions out of a review response. We are human beings. And when somebody says something negative, it is really difficult to take that emotion out. So we're able to use AI to help with that bandwidth. And then, of course, with all of the, the other challenges that come with responding to reviews.
Gotcha.
And
So
then
there's
this
generate, and then was there a second
insights.
insights? Okay.
Correct. The second part of Assist AI is called Insights, and it does exactly that. It uses AI to look at all public reviews and all private feedback to give you insight into residents, into your property, even down into your staff.
I'm looking forward to that. I haven't updated any of my properties yet to the AI part, so I'm looking forward to yeah, working that out because this is small. All of my properties are very very small, so the staff is, it sometimes it's just one property manager, so
And,
that is going to
and
be
that
something
person
small.
doesn't always know what's going on. And it's not because they don't know, it's
Yeah,
because no one's telling them.
yeah.
So if you don't know if there's an issue, you can't fix it. And you always have property managers always know who their challenging residents are. Those are the ones that are always in the office, they're complaining or whatever. But what about all those residents that move out and never tell you a thing?
Yeah, no, that's so true. Well, hey, really quick, I want to say, obviously, a big thank you to yourself and Opinion for sponsoring our Top Golf event that's going to be happening while we're out in Vegas. Super excited about that. This is the largest Top Golf, in the country. It's even got a couple of swimming pools, and
I can't wait to go because I've never been to this one. And
well,
so
and it,
I'm
and
really
it,
excited.
yeah, it's also right there at MGM Grand. It's actually part of MGM Grand. So, if you're listening to this and you're an owner, operator, developer, if I haven't sent you an invite already, reach out to me at contact@studenthouseinginsight.com and I'll make sure that you get an invite. But super excited about that. Super appreciative for you guys sponsoring that. Well, Kathy, thanks so much for spending the time with us today. If anybody wants to, set an appointment with yourself, and I know there's even going to be a couple of other opinion folks at another conference out at Vegas. So there's going to be a lot of folks from Opinion that can meet with anybody that's interested in rolling you guys out. We'll put a Calendly link in the show notes, and if someone wants to send you an email or something, what's the best way for them to do that?
Yeah, they can just if they want to click on I think you got there's a QR code too. And the Calendly link is the best way to get on the calendar. And we're even doing this fun little promotion that if you pre-schedule a demo of the Opinion platform, we'll give you an Apple AirTag.
That's right. I forgot you guys do that at all the conferences.
I love we have Apple AirTags and everything in
I,
my house, and they are invaluable
I've
when
got
you're
to.
talking.
If I set up a demo, will I get one?
I'll just give you one anyway. How's that?
All right, fantastic. Yeah, I'm constantly reminding myself just about every week. You know what? I should put an air tag on that. So,
We travel with our bikes, and that we always have them in our bike bags and our, suitcases, our golf clubs.
yeah, yeah. No, that's fantastic. That's some great technology. Well, again, thanks so much for the time, and we'll see you in Vegas.
I'm so excited. We'll see you.